there's something about this. Whenever I look at World War II, whenever I look at wars, it does seem very irrational to fight. But man, does it seem somehow deeply human when the people stand up and fight. There's something uh, that if we talked about progress. That feels like how progress is made. The people that stand and fight. So let me read the Churchill speech. It's such. I'm so proud that we humans can stand up to evil when the time is right.
I guess here's the thing, though. Think of what's happening in Xinjiang in China. We've appeased China. We've basically said you can just do really, really, really horrible things in this region, and you're too powerful for us to do anything about it, and it's not worth it. And there's nobody standing up and making a Churchill speech or the Braveheart speech about standing up for people of Xinjiang when what's happening is in that realm of what was happening in Europe, and that's happening in a lot of places. And then when there is a willingness to stand up, there's a lot of opposition to those. So there were a lot of reasons for the invasion of Iraq. For some, it was a humanitarian thing. Like Saddam Hussein was one of the worst tyrants of the 20th century. He was just doing some really horrible things. He'd invaded Kuwait. He'd, committed attempted domestic genocide and all sorts of repression. And it was probably a mistake to invade in spite. So it's important not just to select on the cases where we stood up and to select on the cases where that ended up working out in the sense of victory, right? It's important to sort of try to not judge, but just try to understand these things in the context of all the times we didn't give that speech, or when we did, and then it just went sideways.
Well, that's why it's powerful when you're willing to give your life for your principles, because most of the time you get neither the principles nor the life. You die. But that's why it's powerful. We shall go on to the end. We shall fight in France. We shall fight on the seas and the oceans. We shall fight with growing confidence and growing strength in the air. We shall defend our island, whatever the cost may be. We shall fight on the beaches. We shall fight on the landing grounds. We shall fight in the fields and in the streets. We shall fight in the hills. We shall never surrender. This is before Hitler had any major loss to anybody. That was a terrifying armada coming your way. We shall never surrender. I just want to give props. I want to give my respect as a human being to Churchill, to the British people for standing up, to the Ukrainian people for standing up, and to the Russian people. These are great people that throughout history have stood up to evil.